Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Early morning, actually, very early morning. 7 o'clock in the morning, early morning. Why am I up so early this morning? Well, the event's 2 days away. The charity event's 2 days away. So today's Friday, and Sunday will be here very soon. I'm up early because I have to go grab the tables so that we make sure we have enough to set up the things that we need and to have a spot to put the things that we want to raffle off. Unfortunately, the car that we're going to raffle off can't be because it was in the process of getting the brakes done and getting polished up and cleaned up and everything. So the Autobahn suffered a devastating loss because their shop had a water main break. Not just their shop, but all the shops in that complex were shut down and they were told to leave. So talk about disasters. But I'm on my way now to meet Wayne and Will from the Autobahn. They're going to help me get the tables because I drive a Passat and he drives a truck and they are not going to fit in my car. Anyway, I wanted to bring you guys along on this journey because planning events is not an easy thing. Some work out, some don't. There are a lot of logistics involved with it, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails. I probably sent over 250 emails over the past like 4 days. And we've only put this task force together like a week and a half ago, maybe. So it has been a real journey to make it happen. I'm pulling up to A110s right now. I'm still here early. I'm here like 10 minutes before they open. Punctuality is important. Get as close to punctual as you possibly can if you plan on doing stuff like this, because if you are not punctual, if you are not on time, if you are not early, you're late, straight up. So big shout out, big thanks to A110s Middletown here on Red Lion Road. If you guys have stuff that you need for a party or for an event, these guys have it. They specialize in weddings and graduation ceremonies as well. So they're helping us out hugely because they're donating the tables that we're gonna need to set things up. Later on, I'm gonna go get the tents from another source up in Middletown. So there's a lot of running around to do. There's a lot of phone calls to make. There's a lot of stuff that still needs to be done, but we got to get it done, hammer it out, because the show must go on. So they're actually going to give us more than what we planned for, which is really cool. Instead of going with the really long 10-foot or 8-foot, 10-foot tables. Instead of going with the 10-foot tables, we went with two 10-foot tables, we went with two 8-foot tables, and they're going to give us, like 6 or 7 chairs. So that's cool, so we don't have to just stand behind those tables because it's going to be hot. So hot. Oh, it's gonna be hot. The Autobahn guys are right down the street. They just called me, let me know that they're turning onto Red Lion Road. So they should be here any second now, which is awesome, so that we can load up, get out of here. It's 8 o'clock right now. So we've been here for about half an hour. We can get all the stuff we need, load it up, roll out. We're gonna drop it all off in my apartment until Sunday because we have nowhere else to leave it. We were planning on leaving it at the Autobahn, but because they now have that water main break situation, we can't do that. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works out, and we have more phone calls we have to make. I'm going to try to get a water station because it's going to be so hot, and you know, with it being hot and humid, people are going to feel that. So we're going to try to get a water station and see if we can make that work. Okay, so the Autobahn is behind me in the truck, driving really slowly because they're afraid to mess up oh, that was nice, to mess up the generator that A110s has also provided us with. They were worried that we might not have sufficient enough power supply for the DJ, so they threw in a generator too. So we have 6 tables, or not 6 tables, we have 4 tables, we have 6 white chairs, and we have a generator. All donated by A110s. Really appreciate these guys for helping us out. Now I'm gonna try to find a water sanitation station or something because it is going to be hot. Like I said earlier, I don't like being hot. I know I don't like being hot, but we want to try to make people as comfortable as possible at this event. We just finished dropping off all tables, all chairs, the generator's up there. We're good to go. Never forget your motivation and why you do what you do. Never forget your priorities. Never let anyone sidetrack your team. Family first. Warning. Wild hair, baby! Two hearts we share the same beating. Is this
what it feels like. Coming back to real, coming back to real life.
Swinging it. 3. Swinging it. Swinging. Hi, bubbly. We're singing and we're swinging like a big girl. Hi, Luna. What's up, people? So even though the event management life is a busy one and it takes up a lot of time, I like to make sure that I spend as much time as I can with my girls as well. It's important to spend time with your family, regardless of what you got going on. Keep your priorities where your priorities need to be. Here's the littlest one. Hi, littlest one. Toes. She likes to observe things.
Hi, people.
What you doing?
What you doing?
You living life?
I'm living my life.
You living your life?
Yeah.
Is your life golden?
Yeah. My life cooking.
Her life is golden. Alright, so right now I am up in Wilmington area. I'm gonna go scope out the parking lot again, just to do a double check before I start writing plans for layout. But we gotta get some petrol. Need some fuel in the Passat. It's cool because a lot of people are hitting me up and they're looking forward to it Sunday, and I know I am too. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this vlog up before Sunday or if I'll just put it all together and do it on Sunday, but I'll probably just post this vlog tonight just as a little preview type of thing, and then you guys can tune in for the whole thing later. Oh yeah, tuning in. So the biggest situation that we're facing too right now is that, besides almost dropping you on the ground, is that fire trucks that we had planned on coming unfortunately can't come out because something came up. So now I'm gonna scramble to try to figure out whether I can find another fire truck or two to come out to the event instead. This is part of the process. Things are you think will work out, sometimes work out, and sometimes they don't. You just gotta problem solve. And so that's what we're gonna do. It's now 4 o'clock. I actually just left the shopping center that was on Kirkwood Highway to try to talk to every business that was in there to let them know what was going on the 24th. I didn't record that only because I know that some people don't like being on camera, so I can't just randomly walk into people's businesses with the camera going. But where I'm at now is actually the spot and the location where this event is going to be held at. Why I'm here is to try to get an overall layout of what it might look like before we set things up. I know Google Earth, that's what I started with, and I plan on using that to make the final details, obviously, because life is easier that way. Thank you, technology. But it also is a good idea to come to your site. Come check out your site, walk the site, try to get a feel of what it'll be like the day of. Now, it's it's much cooler out here now than it'll be on Sunday, but still, maybe if I walk briskly enough, then I'll build up the same amount of sweat endurance. As you can see, this lot is pretty big, so the layout is going to be fun to play with because there's a lot of area that we can use out here. This is probably going to be just about the entry point. Del Dot, thank you guys, has donated over 200 cones, event parking signs, or event signs, parking signs. They got a trailer full of stuff which will be parked over there tomorrow or tonight. It's either tonight or tomorrow. It won't really matter because we don't need to get into it until Sunday morning, which I will be out here at 8 o'clock in the morning. A good thing about this place that we're using, or the spot that we're using, sponsored by Marino's and Regency Centers, which is up in Pennsylvania. Thank you for allowing us to use this space, by the way. The good thing about this spot is that there are a ton of restaurants down that way, which will also be the exit, actually, because there's speed bumps that way. I know you guys with the lower cars aren't going to like that too much, but it is to avoid, or help avoid, situations like that. Because this is a family-oriented show and a family event, we want to try to keep it as safe as possible. And not just safe, but we want to make it as cool as possible without going overboard. And so that's why we have Del Dot donating their cones, which again are going to be set up all across here and probably a little bit further down. And there'll be cones out back that way. All that'll be blocked off back here so that we can make it as safe as possible for everyone. I hope to see a lot of people out here. I know a lot of people are talking about it. A few of the stores that I went into, apparently they've already heard about it from friends or family, so that's pretty cool and unexpected. I did not expect that as a result. So we're gonna go to the top of this hill so we can get a better vantage point, because we're also gonna be using the parking lot across the street for overflow parking. We're expecting a pretty large crowd out here, so we wanna make sure too that we have enough space for everybody so that they don't have to leave. So we're gonna go climb that hill, get a better vantage point. Okay, so it actually turns out that the speed bumps out here are not as big as I thought they were gonna be. So getting back out of here traffic-wise should not be bad. That should be okay, and then it'll make the traffic flow a whole lot easier. We can cone all that off. Oh, not all of it, but we'll cone it off so people know that this is the exit to get back out going that way. Yeah, that looks right. And we'll have the use of the rest of the space out there. The inlet coming in will come this way, all the way through the bank there, and then exit will come through here and back out this way. It's perfect! Okay, so we just left the Ruby Tuesdays. We just wanted to make sure it was okay. I guess we're gonna have more parking than we thought we were gonna have, which is awesome! It's spectacular! They're gonna let us use this area where the Passat is parked and then down. And then we're just gonna do what we planned on doing with the traffic flow so that people have to come out this way. So people for Ruby Tuesdays, when they come out to eat or whatever, even though it'll be between the hours of 11 and 3 o'clock, they'll park out here, we'll park out there. Safety, we'll go out that way. Hooray! All right, so now, as you can see, I'm just walking. I'm gonna stop at all the local businesses that are in here and let them know what we're doing. Okay, so I just left the main man, Frank. I went over to Marino's ice cream expecting to see him there, but he's actually inside of Valley. So I just talked with him this first time I met him. He was a really cool guy. I like him, slick back hair. He's good to go. So him and his businesses, here we go, Reno's, and no, that's not it. That's Karen Optical. But Valley's Pizza, there it is. You guys can definitely come check out their food while you're out here, because I hear it's really good. I haven't had anything yet. I plan on Sunday eating. Another reason why I love my job so much is because we get free stuff sometimes, and sometimes it's really good. Pizza's always good, like anytime. Like a normal person, I could eat pizza like pretty much every day, but this actually came from Frank's, or Valley's, sorry. I stopped over here at the Pike Creek pub just so that, like I said, if there are any liquor stores in the area, look out and make sure that you let people know to keep an eye out for IDs and stuff. Okay, so that's one side. Now let's go to the other side. Although the other side has less stores on it than this side did. There's a lot of really nice, good tasting looking restaurants and on that side. I never really paid much attention to what was in this complex until I had to walk it, but I might even have to try out that ham place in all honesty. They make sandwiches and good, healthy looking food instead of just random, crappy, fatty, soggy food. I mean, that's my thing too, but sometimes I like to eat healthy. Especially when it's hot outside, there's no point eating that kind of food because it's just gonna be miserable. So on Sunday, I might have to check that place out. You guys should too. There's a liquor store in this complex, and so just for any of you who do decide that you want to do event planning, make sure you know your location and the stores that are at the location. Like for instance, that liquor store that's here, let them know that you're having an event that may lead to an excess of people, you know, an increased volume of people, because with there being such a large group, a large demographic of, you know, kids and families and etc. coming through, there's a good chance that somebody might try to walk in there and get away with getting alcohol and they're underage. So you want to let the business owners themselves know so that they're prepared for it and can watch the IDs, because for you as an event planner, it will cause a problem for you. So make sure you cover your butt. Go talk to any liquor store or anywhere that is like 21 or older, tobacco places as well, so that they're on their toes, you know, they're staying on their toes and checking the IDs so that they don't get in trouble, so that you don't get in trouble. It's a really good idea. It takes a little bit extra time to do this, but this is part of it. If you don't do this and you're not really dedicated to what you're doing, your events will never turn out the way you want them to. I mean, you can try to throw them together, but you got to be dedicated to what you're doing. Your cause means a lot because the people that are coming are paying money to come to your event. So make sure you make it as safe and as best as possible for them so that you can avoid anything that you don't want happening. Stuff is still going to happen, but try to minimize it as much as you can by making your businesses that are in the shopping area or wherever you're hosting your event at. If there's a lot of other businesses, let them know, make them aware that you're having an event so that they can be prepared for it, which could be good for you too. It's almost 5 o'clock, so actually it's past 5 o'clock. So now I gotta go to Middletown and I gotta go get the tents for tomorrow, or for Sunday's event. That's cool because I just walked this entire complex, so I'm ready to sit and ride and cruise, throw on some tunes. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for you advice-wise. Contact the people you need to, send as many emails as you possibly can, call as many phone numbers as you have, and just try to get as many people on board with whatever event you're doing. It makes it a whole lot easier for you down the road in the future, especially if you continue to throw events, to just say, hey, we're having this. I know you said you were interested. Come on out to this one. Biggity bam, blah, 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 and you're good to go. Another thing, make sure you go, step 2, make sure you go to your site. Even if your site is just a small building somewhere, go to your site. Figure out your layout before you get there. Spend time, come back another day too, because you never know. You might think of something else the next time you come back that might make the event even better. And step 3, let people know. Let people know if your event is in a business park or something like this. Let everyone know. It takes an hour out of your time to do so, but it makes, you're shaking hands. You're letting people know who you are, for 1. 2, it puts everyone's mind at ease, especially if you know that you're expecting an influx of people for these businesses. You help them out by pre-warning them so that they can prepare themselves, getting the extra staff that they may need for it, putting people on standby, ordering the food that they might need to cover that day in particular. Maybe their volume is not normally that high, so good things to remember. It's 17:47. What's that? It's 5:47. I just got off the phone with my contact and they are ready for me to come pick the tents up. So I am headed to Middletown now to do that. It's a funny story, because where I'm going to pick these tents up, my brother, who's a chef, was pretty good too. He catered an event there one time, and I actually helped him do it, but they had, tents sitting out. So I remembered that and made sure that I gave them my card and that they gave me their card, so that when something like this came up, that we could definitely use them if we needed to. So I'll finalize everything and send a few more emails, because while I was walking around in the complexes, I got like 27 new emails. So gotta email some more people. All right, so I made it to Middletown, just about there. It is the perfect night to drive. Like, I love this time of night. It's my favorite type of night, it's my favorite time of night. Like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock. The sun's like just still up. The weather's legitimately perfect. Windows down, cruising. This truck has been chasing me this entire time almost for at least 17, 18 miles. I don't know what he's hoping to accomplish, but at this point in time, he can't get in front of me, so go puss up, do work. I gotta admit, I love this Euro Customs too. It is pretty spectacular. And once I get my ABS sensor fixed, I get my 2-step back. Whoa, pa 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 pa. So we are now in the complex. Now the place that I'm going to is a private residence. They had a really awesome party. Like I said, my brother catered it, and they had the tents up, and they had a live band. I think, was it a band or a DJ? No, it was a live band and a DJ. They had music and a DJ. It was lit. It was definitely lit. So I'm about to pull up here in just a minute. So one reason I say network is because if you network enough, the people that you network with make it nice and easy for you to access the stuff that you need. One thing I do wish that I would have thought of was go-kart. Because of how big this venue is. It's not huge, but it is a big venue, and there's going to be a lot of moving parts, a lot of different places to have to be all at once. So it would have been cool to get a golf cart, but or something like one of those what do you you call those things? I don't even know what they're called. Things that you stand on, you're just like back and forth. You know what I mean? It doesn't really make that sound, but I wish I had one of those, because that would make this a whole lot easier. Alright, but that's gonna do it for today's vlog, man.
Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly. Cold lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. If you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong. My roots are strong. This is not forever. Folks changing like the weather. Cold, weird, and all around. Toxic people being severed, like leaves falling in September.